Alright, chumps. Welcome back to Patience Gaming. Snare is with us today.
Sweet.
So we finished the Fire Temple with with you. And then we started, I guess this is the Lightning Temple? I actually don't know. I don't remember what they called it. So there's this girl. Where'd she go? Oh, she's hiding behind these two. This is I think it's Riju is her name, something like that. So if I shoot an arrow after I ask her to do her thing, she'll send a lightning strike to wherever it is. So that's where we're at right now. I need to kill a monster. I need to open doors and ignite these stupid things. I think I've already done one. No, I haven't done any actually. So that's what we're doing right now. That's what our goal is. I leveled up, so this armor I'm wearing is completely maxed out. So yeah,
Wow.
we should be good as far as that's concerned.
Okay.
And I have way more hearts than probably I should for this area, but I won't tell if you don't tell.
I won't tell a soul.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh, get this. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to her. No, talk to you. And then I'm gonna shoot an arrow. And
It's
he
dead.
almost exploded. So that's how that works.
So, is that an axe? What is that?
That I have.
Yeah.
So I keep forgetting you've like missed out on some stuff. So I can create. So this is called a fuse. This is fuse. This is a power I have. I can. This whole game is based on like building stuff, moving stuff, building stuff, traveling through stuff. So I can, with certain weapons that I own, attach them to other things that I find in the environment. When I defeat higher level enemies, they usually drop something, and that thing they drop is usually something that I attach to a weapon to make it lots more powerful.
Right.
So this was an enemy called a Bokoblin, something like that. And he has that like on his head, so then I attached it to a sword and it became a pseudo axe. Like that's probably a good, I don't mind that classification that you used. And so this is another power that I have. I can travel through solid objects, through solid objects. So yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, so like for example, this has a level 73, this is 74, this is attached to something, this is 71. So I usually take an item like this, it's like 14, and then I add something like this to it, and it makes it like lots stronger.
Right.
Lots stronger. Which is another like, because I'm defeating, so I think how this game works is like, it has an overworld, right? And that overworld is, I love arrows. Every time arrows are such a, it's like the best quantity. It's the best thing to have. I have 333. Boom. The opposite of the mark
Wait,
of the devil.
you're carrying 333 arrows.
I know. Don't think about it too much. I know. Don't think about it too much.
Video game logic.
That's
okay.
That is Cam's biggest thing too, where he's just like, but. It's like, Cam.
But dude,
It's just get over it. Yes, I get it. Like, do you really want to play a video game where it's real?
Well,
like it's real life? That's called The Sims. Like, go play The Sims if you want. And even that isn't real. It's like kind of real. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not really real.
Right.
A bunch of dorks.
If you open up all the things that you have in your arsenal thing, you know?
Right.
It's like, oh yeah. He would not be standing.
No, of course not. Of course not. But that's like the fun of it. It's like, why are you trying to take on my fun? I don't understand. That's stupid. Just let me have my fun. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, am I gonna be able to lift? These are hover things. Like, they're hovering in the air. That's like their job. Is that possible? Well, no, of course not. Nerds.
All I said.
I didn't even say anything.
Okay, hold on. You have 300 arrows.
Yeah, I know what you were getting at. I know what you were getting at. Because I know you.
Yeah, you know.
So well. Because you're your father's son. And you know exactly what you were saying, and you also knew that this was the conversation we were gonna have. So don't play dumb, freaking piece of garbage.
I have never
ever in my life. I'm offended. How dare you, sir? How dare you? How dare you talk about me and my father? So full of crap.
I have never been accused of being like my dad.
Oh, man.
Ever. Not once.
Yeah.
Nope. Never, ever.
Never. It's so funny. You butt face. Gosh. At least in this way. This way you definitely share a lot with your dad. Okay, where did you go? This is... You know, you other two jackwagons are kind of getting in the way.
Yeah,
you know, I'm gonna take out the bird guy. Well, no, they're just so useful when fighting. Like, they're so useful in a fight. Like, because they, like, this guy takes a butt, and, like, his, you know, you've seen his power where he, like, you know, shoots off fireball. This guy gusts things around, so, like, it makes it easier for me to, like, fly around. Mm-hmm. And then he, like, shoots arrows constantly and usually is right on target all the time. So it's like they're both so useful, though. It's like, I don't really want to not use them.
Right.
Ugh.
Yep.
Choices.
Yeah.
Okay, so now... So that's basically what I'm trying to do right now, is open up things... Oh. So I opened up something using these mirrors. Now I'm guessing I need to move something else in a different way. Oh, what are you shooting at? What are you... Alright. You're supposed to not shoot at me, bird. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the funny thing is, like, I have been playing this so much. Like, so much. Uh-huh. But I'm just in a holding pattern because I couldn't move forward with, like, the story. And so, because I want to play it on the stream, right? So, like, that's why I'm, like, so OP, because it's like, I'm guessing the game designers were not like, yeah, he'll have fierce deity armor in, like, the third temple. Yeah. Like, I don't think that was, like, what they envisioned. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, that's what I envisioned, boss. So take that. Okay, so now I gotta get up there somehow. Do I fly it? Is that wind strong enough to push me up there? It looks like it is, right?
Yeah.
Get it. Okay. One. Right? No? Yes.
Yeah, good enough.
Am I... Okay, yeah, then I'll use... There we go. It's gotta be green.
Sweet.
Here I come to wreck the day.
Run!
Oh! That's dangerous.
Yeah.
My middle name is Danger.
Puzzles right there.
That's what cool. That's basically what Link is. Or Zelda, I guess. It's not Link. Yeah, that was kind of like, so the same... What I like about Tyler 2 is like, where'd the girl go? Hey, you're the one that needs to be here. Okay. Well. So. I drop. Okay. Will this just open? No. Do I shoot? Well, can I shoot through this? Because those are... No, that's just a lit... That's just a candle. Sometimes there's, like, things like that I shoot and that, like, does something, but... Well, can you idiots do lightning? No, you can't. I can't.
What's with the question mark?
Those are enemies. So like you can like sneak around to give yourself like an advantage. And they're like, "What that thing we're hearing?" Da, da, da. And it's like they just don't. They're just idiots. They don't know what they're doing. All right. So dumb. Yeah, why am I getting... So, did you hear that Colorado is going to the Big 12? You've heard that news, correct? Oh, what happened? How did it open? Well, all right. I don't care. So they're going to the Big 12. The Big 12 just put out that they are trying to get 1 or 3 teams into the Pac-12 to make it even. So it could be Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State. And it's like, in my opinion, I think they should do it. One, because it puts the rivalry back, and honestly, even though I kind of hate the rivalry, but it's like, well, as far as football, it's probably good for football to have the Holy War, you know? The Big 12, like Big 12 country, like people who watch the Big 12 are bigger football people. Like they love college sports more than in my opinion, than like the California schools, right? Yeah. Baseball is better in the Big 12. Basketball is better in the Big 12. I would say, in this last year, you can make a case. You definitely can make the case with TCU going to the national championship that the Big 12, at least their best team, like was there. And so it's like, yeah, you can make the case they were better last year. I don't know if that's always true, especially with Texas and Oklahoma leaving. But the landscape's so different anyways that it's like, yeah, I think it would be stupid of us, anyone, honestly, to pretend like there isn't, that's not, one, viable, and in my opinion, the right thing to do. Like, I just can't, make, the only way, in my opinion, that it's not the right thing to do is with less members in the Pac-12, that means that they have that like their media deal that they're trying to get done, that whoever does a media deal with them, they can spend less money. So like if they can spend less money, then great, right? So if you only need, so then that makes it more viable for them to get as much or more money than the Big 12 schools, and that's really who they're competing against. You're not going to get 70. You're not going to get these amounts that like these other conferences got. Like you're not. In my opinion.
What do you mean 70? I'm sorry.
So
they're talking about leaving the Pac-12.
Who is?
Utah.
So I don't know that that's necessarily true. So let me back up.
Yeah.
So USC and UCLA are gone, correct?
I did know that.
You've heard that. Okay.
Yeah.
So what then happens is they're gone. They're going to the Big Ten. The Big Ten and the SEC, their teams will average about $70 million, okay, a year.
Okay.
From their
football program.
From their media rights deals, yeah.
Okay.
And it's all their sports, but obviously basketball and football are their money makers. But so that's what their media deal is for, okay? So that puts them at an echelon that we are just simply not at, okay? We are nowhere near making that much money, right?
Right.
Okay, so we're following there. So
Utah's big thing is their football program.
Right. That's their biggest sport moneymaker, right? Okay. So what they're trying to figure out is because the Big 12 signed a deal and they got $31 million a year. the Pac-12 should be looking for about that. They should be looking for as good as that or better. Okay, they're not going to get 70, but they could. I can see them getting into that range. Okay, at least in my opinion, I think they could get in that range. Right. Okay, so there's a backwards one. And there's something back here. So what could happen? So the Colorado's leaving. Okay, after this year, they're leaving. So they're gone already.
They're leaving the Pac.
Yeah, they're leaving the Pac-12. They got tired of waiting for this media deal that never came to fruition. So, and they had asked for numbers. They never gave it to them. So they're gone. They're leaving. They're going back to. They're going to go back to the Big 12. That's where they were before the Pac-12. Okay. So now, the Big 12 wants an even amount of teams. So they'll have 13 with Colorado. They want at least 14, but if they can get 3 more schools, they'll do 16. Okay. Every school that goes in their contract, they have said, the contract says that they will pay the same amount to any team that enters the conference. Okay, so it'll just, everyone will get $31 million and they'll work that out to whatever that equals. Now, I think that Utah should go into the Big 12. There's a lot of reasons for that. But there is not a caveat, but I would say there is a path, if you like, if we think of it like that, where Utah could stay in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 could stay, and the way that they do that is by having I'm looking for another one of these mirrors. Here it is. The way they could do that is they could have, so if you have less teams, right? Because no one apparently has wanted to pay the Pac-12 the money that they think, the money that they think that they deserve, right? So that's kind of like the sticking point. That's why they haven't gotten a media deal yet, right? Well, so what they could do is they could have, because there's less teams, the media contract could be less. So right now, $380 million will be paid to the Big 12, okay, every year, and that then gets split among the teams. Well, if you're looking to get 9 teams, let's say $40 million, you don't have to spend $380 million. You only have to spend $360 million, and then every team gets $40 million. Okay, so you're following me? So there is still, in my opinion, there's still kind of an idea where, oh, that's so close. Oh, okay, good. There's still a path, in my opinion, for Utah and the remaining teams to stay in the Pac-12 if Oregon and Washington want to stay in the Pac-12, and they actually get more money than their competition, which is really the ACC and the Big 12.
Right.
Because they're never going to compete with the SEC and the Big 10. Like, that's just not happening, right? And I think we're all, let's all be adults, like, it's just not happening.
Yeah, like,
so we're never going to get that, but you could beat the Big 12 though. Like that, you could get that. And so there is still a path. There is still a path for all these things that I'm saying where, okay.
We can get past now.
Oh, what the? Yes, come here. Come to me. Oh. Come to me. Oh my gosh, every time. All right, you're just dead now. Get there. Oh, I died. Crap. Should have just... All right, let's do it the stupid way. Let's do it Let's just do it the easy way. We can't have nice, fun things. We have to do it the dumb way. Put a rock there. Boom, boom, boom. So, is that really all that? No. Okay. It's just loose. It's just loose temple fragments.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. It's fine.
You lost a heart though.
You know what? I probably lost a lot of hearts on that one. Let's be honest here. Probably lost mucho hearts. Okay, where's the bird? Come here, bird. Oh my gosh! Where are my friends? Well, you're gonna die. Amigos. Ben. Ben! Come here! You two are literally ghosts! You're not even real! Like your essence. Where did the bird even go? Oh, he's over there. Bird! I need you. Jeez.
He was there the whole time.
Oh my gosh. Can't it? I don't even know what I'm doing with myself. What am I doing with my life? Okay. Sweet. Oh. Where'd you... Oh. Is it down there now? Oh, what's going on here?
Over by the wall.
What's spinning? Why is it spinning? Ugh, this is gonna make me sick. Ugh. Do I blow it up? Let's look. I need a bomb. Bomb! Nope.
Oh.
Alright. Well, so... Oh. That's... Okay. So that's something. Oh, let's see. I need the mirror. Okay. So, there is a path where Utah can honestly get either deal. Like, where they could be like, okay, because they want Utah. Like, they want Utah. They want all the Big 12. Well, both of them do. The Pac-12 wants all the teams to remain, right?
Uh-huh.
And in football, Utah has been the cream of the crop. So they obviously don't want the team that's been the best team the last 2 years to leave. And that's represented them in the Rose Bowl the last 2 years, right?
Right.
So, yeah, they don't... So they don't want them to leave. And of course you don't want that. They didn't want... they didn't want the other teams to leave.
They didn't want USC to leave either because
they're the premier program.
Right.
It's the moneymaker program. Same with you. Yeah, of course.
Uh-huh.
So, but then, then there lies the issue, because obviously USC wanted more, and, good for them. It's fine. Like, I wish it was fun while it lasted to have. Oh, I thought that would stop it, but I guess not. That would have been, it was fun while it lasted, but we won't, be playing it anymore, and it's kind of sad, but
yes, but it's
so the thing is, though, is like, I don't know what Utah is. I don't know what Utah's going to do. And the reason I say that is because Utah doesn't, like, they need to be in a conference they need to be in a big time conference. Anyone who says otherwise is an idiot.
right.
But the Pac-12, if they somehow, and I don't know that they could do this, but if they somehow could convince Oregon and Washington to stay. Oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna get this back up. I don't. If they could convince Oregon and Washington to stay, I mean, I think of it like this. So they're gonna be the best. Oregon and Washington is gonna. I'm gonna
shoot
try
yourself up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get it from up here and bring it up to me. Oregon and Washington could be the premier programs in their conference, and they've never been that, right? Mm-hmm. They've obviously had success, and like Washington went to the playoff and stuff, but oh my gosh, they never were the premier programs in the conference. And
Washington and Oregon?
And Oregon, yeah, they're like the B tier, right? So like USC's the A tier, they're B tier, and Utah now, I would say, has become B tier in football, right? Especially like winning conference championships, like now they're reaching that. They're not the same tier as Oregon, but it's like a B minus tier, right? Mm-hmm. Competitively, they're getting as good as those teams, and so I'm not trying to say that Oregon and that Utah's the same as Oregon. They're not. Mm-hmm. They're not. I'm not suggesting that. But they're getting there, at least in competitive football metrics, right?
Right.
So So if they could convince those two, hey, like, look, you have a really good thing going for you. Stay here, like, stay in Utah, okay, or stay in the Pac-12, and you will be the premier program the in the conference, and the thing is you will make more money here, opposed to going to like the Big 12. Now the issue is that they won't make. I'm gonna have to like connect these and then shove that back in there. They obviously Oregon. So Oregon's been vetted. It sounds like already from the Big 10, and if the Big 10 comes calling, they're obviously going. They're obviously going. Utah has been vetted. They're obviously not like Utah's not, a top pick for the Big 10. But Utah, there's a lot of things that go well for Utah that honestly went well for them when the Pac-12 was looking to expand. And they took Utah because Texas didn't want to come. But Utah is kind of in that same boat. So, like, the Big 10 still is a option potentially for Utah. Now, is it a long shot? Of course. Of course it is.
The Big 10.
Yeah, the Big 10 for Utah. Now, the Big 12, they want Utah. They want the rivalry. They want the same amount of teams. They want this to happen, right? And so, and it's like, it's hard because it's like, in my opinion, you always take guaranteed money. Always, right?
Right.
Like, the Big 12 is calling. And the thing is, too, is like if all 4 teams leave, the Pac-12's done, right? Like, the Pac-12 can only stay the Pac-12 if they retain at least 8. So one more team could leave, and then if they had 8, then even more, they'd get even a bigger chunk of this money that they could get. And then they can make better media deals that respond to them and the fans, which is us.
Sure.
So,
but if they don't have 8, or
now, and that's the thing.
Then they're like, you're not a conference,
right? And that's the thing too, is what Utah does have to be worried about. And this is the thing that I don't know if they obviously have to be looking into everything. So I'm not gonna pretend like I'm so smart and like
they don't know what's going on.
Right, exactly. They obviously they do. Right. But the thing is like if they don't do what they need to do and get it done, there's a potential that the Big 12 could take 3 teams. So they've talked about they want Arizona. So let's say Arizona leaves and Arizona State and Utah don't leave. Well, the Big 12 has talked about UNLV and San Diego State. So they could take those 2, and both of those teams want in. I mean, both of them would be clamoring to get into any of the big conferences, especially San Diego State. Right. And then UNLV obviously makes sense because it's UNLV, like it's Las Vegas, like of course
everyone wants to play in
Las
Vegas.
And even though because Rutgers isn't Rutgers is in the Big 10, like they're nothing, like they don't, what do they do? Nothing.
Right.
So it's like obviously there's room for these kinds of schools, and so that's what they have to be careful about. Because so let's say that happens, now there's no room, and if Oregon and Washington bail to the Big 10, now you're down to 6, and there's nowhere for Utah to go. Now, unless someone has pity on them, so this might be years in the future, but let's say no one has pity on them, they end up like SMU. SMU was a power in the country. They had the regulations that happened against them because they were, cheating with recruiting. But then when has SMU been important in the college landscape?
Southern Michigan, right?
Southern Methodist. So they're a Texas school.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like, they haven't been important forever.
Yeah.
And it ruined their program. And it's like, so Utah could end up like BYU, where it was like BYU went clamoring because Utah went to the Pac-12 and TCU went to the Big 12, and they're like, well, now what do we do? And they're like, well, let's go independent. It's like, yeah, go independent. And that was not it. I'm not saying it was the wrong move necessarily, as far as like they had some success, but like, let's not pretend. I know, right? I think she's awesome. Watch how she moves. It is creepy. Like, just watch this. She's gonna scuttle around like a little scuttle face.